You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
I can tell you
You're
again,
running low on soldiers.
Listen,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I wanted this. Look.
Trump and Vance meet with Zelensky, and it gets heated. Oh, we got to check this out now.
What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal? That doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and
These
for the good of
the press asks
the world.
are rhetorical
I'm aligned with the world.
Stupid a lot of times.
And I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred. And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with,
unsettled.
Him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned
Coming down off a coke binge, maybe.
with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way, so that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
I mean, in this case, sure.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied it, our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him.
I remember when this whole thing started and he started like rising in the spotlight. He didn't speak English, right? And I want everybody to know, just so you know, this guy's an actor, like a literal actor. He played the president on television before they actually like brought him up for a real election, or, as they say, an election. But yeah, this guy's an actual actor that played the president of Ukraine on television before they most likely installed him into the presidency of Ukraine. And he also did some other debaucherous things, playing the piano with his phallus, among a litany of other things. He's a cokehead. I mean, goes on.
You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
Yes,
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour.
I can tell you this. One, this is getting crazy, right? I've never seen anything like this take place in the Oval Office. But the propagandist media, the left-wing media, the MSNBCs, CNNs, ABCs, they're all going to have a field day with this. This is going to be the best thing that they can sink their teeth into since the beginning of his presidency that they think that they're going to probably get legs with.
Mr. President, do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions.
Facts, right?
Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
Oh, snap.
We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're
will-
going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influenced.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a
Brown,
good position.
I
You don't
was
have
in
the
it.
cards right now. With
Oh,
us, you start
man.
having
Not playing
cards. But
cards.
right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War
What do you-
III.
what do you
You're
think about?
gambling with
What do you
World
think
War
about?
III.
It's true.
And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania.
I can tell you this is setting a precedent for bad things in the future for, us to possibly, I'm not going to say that. It's going to justify maybe more, I don't know, deals and land grabs and
campaign for the opposition in October, offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can.
Pennsylvania and campaign for the opposition in October, offer some words of appreciation.
Disrespectful to
Edit.
the country,
Edit right
this
here.
country.
I'm
That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far more than the cards right
Edit
now.
right here.
With us, you start having
not
cards.
playing
But
cards.
right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War
do you-
III.
what do you
You're
think
gambling
about?
with
What do you
World
think
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you?
So this is setting a bad precedent. So if let's say the worst case scenario in a World War III situation, do we not back them now? Because Ukraine. Do we side with Russia? I don't know. That doesn't sound right? But I'm just thinking out loud because this is pretty disrespectful. Why would Trump continue to fund anything for him or help them in any way?
Once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting, have you said thank you?
Even today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October, offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can.
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country is
Can I-
in big
can I-
trouble.
can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
Can
You've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this.
I.
You have a damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't
have
been
not
alone.
been alone.
You
And
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this case.
You've gotten billions from the United States and from the UK. What are you talking about, dude? You haven't been alone. You would have been able to. It would have been like a. Man. Yeah, you haven't been alone, dude. It would have been like a boot stamp. Yeah, you haven't been alone, dude. it would have been like a boot stomping on an anthill without the aid that you've gotten from other countries.
We gave you, through
I
this
said thank
stupid
you.
president, $350 billion.
You voted
We gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and your
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
if,
West
if
speaking?
you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment,
Facts.
this war would
That's what
have
I
been
just said.
over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this, I tell you.
Just say thank
Yeah,
you.
look, there's two schools of thought when it comes to politics, right? That all of this is kind of staged to a degree. Like, I'm not saying that they're up here and they have a script that they're reciting and remembering off the top of their head. I'm not saying that. That this may be staged to a degree where this is the outcome that they want, right? That this is setting a certain precedent. This is setting a certain precedent for whatever they may have, the social engineers may have planned in the future. And the other school of thought would be, well, he is the real deal, right? And this is really hashing out in real time, and he's really, just putting his foot down. I don't know. History shows that most of it's scripted, but that's just how I feel. I want to believe. I want to believe, man. I want to believe.
Had a lot of time
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on
I
over
understand,
there.
sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to
Yeah.
be thankful. You know,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Where I say that, if this is a script, that it is important that he keeps it going this long, right? You got to put on that facade. If it is, I'm not saying it is. Don't bite my head off. I'm not saying that everything is scripted. I'm not saying that a lot of these things can't manifest naturally, right? That's not what I'm saying. History shows that a lot of it is, and when things like this, we're obviously not going to back them in any way, shape, or form anymore. We weren't when Trump came in. He was going to help clean up, and he had like a restoration and a peace brokering thing that he's trying to accomplish now, and some other things. We were going to still send money to Ukraine, but not for war capacity, right? So this is setting a precedent, though, regardless of which way you feel. This is definitely setting a precedent for who knows what else to come in the future.
don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there.
Yeah.
People are dying.
We're letting them know.
You're running low
I
on
know.
soldiers.
We just told the American people he doesn't have the cards, right? Bar none. Bold face.
Listen,
please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then
President.
you
Hold on.
along. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't, please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a
Listen,
damn good thing.
Mr.
And then
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I wanted this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
that
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means. It
That was
wasn't
with
with
a
you.
guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me.
Ain't no
that
arguing
was with
that.
Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr.
Yeah, they're setting a precedent for them not having the cards.
Because
that
the
was
attitudes
made
have to change.
very known. That was made very known.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you
but
saying?
what
She's
if
asking, what if Russia
Putin
breaks the
breaks
ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now?
But they have
Okay?
weapons to
What if they
stop it.
broke it?
Yo, he
I don't
seems
know. They broke it
legitimately
with Biden
pissed.
because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me.
But all-
Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia.
Dang, yo, this
you ever
is-
hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom.
This is primetime
It
television
came out
right
of
here.
Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think?
No, I want us to keep going.
This is going to be great television, I will say that.
100.
All right, we'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, so supposedly there was a ruckus with him leaving as well. Here, maybe this is it right here.
To the White House, Jackie Heinrich has some new information for us. Jackie.
Yeah, I just went up to the press area to get an understanding of what we're watching. This is what I was told. The president has kicked Zelensky out of the White House. His delegation right now is telling him that he's got to go home. The president felt disrespected. Officials in the room felt that beyond the language barrier that we've heard some discussion about, Zelensky's body language, shrugging and eye rolling was ungrateful, disrespectful, and the president feels that Zelensky is not ready for peace and he can come back when he's ready to talk about peace, but he's not in that position right now, and Zelensky is being told he's got to go. The lunch that they were supposed to have is sitting right outside the hallway, and the press staffers are going to be eating that lunch. This is really pretty incredible. We see the
Jackie,
SUV,
hang on with us
Zelensky's
one moment.
SUV.
If you look to your left, you're going to see him. Let's watch.
Mr. President, is the deal off? President Zelensky, can you tell us what happened?
Did you not watch? Stupid questions from the press, man. I'd hate to be one of these freaking robots. Man. Okay. So that's it, huh? We're just going to see him go. Or we know what happened. That's his team.
Did you sign the minerals deal?
That was
Did you
part of
sign
our.
the minerals
Oh, that
deal?
was it. Okay, yeah, we wanted to go into Ukraine and do something with their rare minerals and stuff, and in exchange for all the billions we've given them to try to recoup some of the money that we've I don't know, you can't say lent, but given them. So that's got to be off, right? All right. So we do know that the overarching theme of this whole thing, as entertaining as what this whole fiasco was, is not good, right? War's not going to be over, most likely. Russia's a superpower. They don't align with us necessarily. I mean, when Trump's in office, they seem to be, respectful of us. Like Trump said, like he gets along with Putin. I don't know if this is all just one giant script that's playing out, but just keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your discernment up, man. And yeah, it's been the Kingsguard.